Question 1. What year marked the formal establishment of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland? A. 1603, B. 1707, C. 1801, D. 1922. Answer: C. 1801. The formal establishment of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland was marked in 1801 following the union of the Kingdom of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland. Question 2. Who was the Prime Minister when the National Health Service, NHS, was founded? A. Winston Churchill, B. Clement Attlee, C. Margaret Thatcher, D. Tony Blair. Answer: B. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee was the Prime Minister when the National Health Service, NHS, was founded in 1948. Question 3. Name the king associated with the signing of the Treaty of Union in 1707. A. Charles II, B. James VI and I, C. William III, D. George I. Answer: C. William III. William III was the king at the time of the signing of the Treaty of Union in 1707, which led to the creation of the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 4. Which British monarch was the last to veto an Act of Parliament? A. Queen Anne, B. King George III, C. Queen Victoria, D. King Edward VII. Answer: A. Queen Anne. Queen Anne was the last British monarch to veto an Act of Parliament in 1708. Question 5. What significant reform did the Representation of the People Act 1918 bring to British society? A. It abolished property qualifications for men. B. It granted voting rights to women over 30. C. It established the secret ballot. D. It reduced the voting age for men to 18. Answer: B. It granted voting rights to women over 30. The Representation of the People Act 1918 significantly reformed British society by granting voting rights to women over the age of 30 who met certain property qualifications. Question 6. During which conflict was the Battle of Britain fought? A. World War I, B. World War II, C. The Falklands War, D. The Cold War. Answer: B. World War II. The Battle of Britain was fought during World War II, in the summer and autumn of 1940. Question 7. What is the origin of the name Britain? A. From the Roman name Britannia, B. From the Anglo-Saxon term Breitenland, C. From the Norse word Britland, D. From the Celtic term Prydain. Answer: A. From the Roman name Britannia. The name Britain originates from the Roman name for the province of Britannia. Question 8. Which law, passed in 1965, began the process of decriminalising homosexuality in England and Wales? A. The Civil Partnership Act 2004, B. The Sexual Offences Act 1967, C. The Equality Act 2010, D. The Marriage, Same-Sex Couples Act 2013. Answer: B. The Sexual Offences Act 1967. This law began the process of decriminalising homosexuality in England and Wales. Question 9. Who was the first female Speaker of the House of Commons? A. Margaret Thatcher, B. Betty Boothroyd, C. Harriet Harman, D. Nancy Astor. Answer B. Betty Boothroyd. Betty Boothroyd became the first female Speaker of the House of Commons in 1992. Question 10. In what year did the Great Reform Act, which started to increase the number of people who could vote, pass? A. 1832. B. 1867. C. 1884. D. 1928. Answer A. 1832. The Great Reform Act, which began to increase the number of people who could vote, passed in 1832. Question 11. What treaty ended the First Anglo-Dutch War? A. The Treaty of Westminster. B. The Treaty of Utrecht. C. The Treaty of Breda. D. The Treaty of Paris. Answer C. The Treaty of Breda. The Treaty of Breda ended the First Anglo-Dutch War in 1667. Question 12. Name the scientist who first published the theory of natural selection alongside Charles Darwin. A. Alfred Russel Wallace. B. Gregor Mendel. C. Louis Pasteur. D. Isaac Newton. Answer A. Alfred Russel Wallace. Alfred Russel Wallace independently conceived the theory of evolution through natural selection and published it jointly with Charles Darwin. Question 13. What was the main purpose of the Corn Laws in the 19th century? A. To promote free trade. B. To restrict the import of corn. C. To support the income of British farmers. D. To establish agricultural standards. Answer C. To support the income of British farmers. The main purpose of the Corn Laws was to protect British agriculture by imposing restrictions on imported grain. Question 14. When was the Bank of England nationalised? A. 1914. B. 1946. C. 1971. D. 1986. Answer B. 1946. The Bank of England was nationalised in 1946, following World War II. Question 15. Which British explorer is credited with the first circumnavigation of Australia? A. James Cook. B. Matthew Flinders. C. William Dampier. D. Sir Francis Drake. Answer B. Matthew Flinders. Matthew Flinders is credited with being the first to circumnavigate Australia and identify it as a continent. Question 16. What event is considered the start of the English Reformation? A. The publication of the 95 Theses. B. The Act of Supremacy in 1534. C. The signing of the Treaty of Westphalia. D. The execution of Thomas More. Answer B. The Act of Supremacy in 1534. The Act of Supremacy, enacted in 1534, declared King Henry VIII the supreme head of the Church of England, marking the start of the English Reformation. Question 17. Which Act of Parliament established the principle of judicial independence in the UK? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Act of Settlement 1701. C. The Bill of Rights 1689. D. The Habeas Corpus Act 1679. Answer B. The Act of Settlement 1701. This act established the principle of judicial independence by determining that judges' salaries should be secured, and they could only be removed by the monarch on the advice of both Houses of Parliament. Question 18. What was the primary reason for the formation of the United Nations? and in what year did the UK join? A. To prevent future world wars, 1945. B. To manage colonial independence, 1960. C. To promote global trade, 1955. D. To combat climate change, 1992. Answer: A. To prevent future world wars, 1945. The primary reason for the formation of the United Nations was to prevent future world wars, and the UK was a founding member in 1945. Question 19. In which century did the Black Death occur in England, and what was its impact on the population? A. 12th century, decimated 1/3 of the population. B. 14th century, killed about half of England's population. C. 16th century, caused minor population decline. D. 18th century, had negligible effects on the population. Answer: B. 14th century, killed about half of England's population. The Black Death occurred in the 14th century and had a devastating impact, killing about half of England's population. Question 20. Who composed the patriotic song Rule Britannia? A. Edward Elgar. B. Thomas Arne. C. George Frederick Handel. D. William Byrd. Answer: B. Thomas Arne. Thomas Arne composed the music for Rule Britannia in 1740. Question 21. What was the significant outcome of the Battle of Waterloo for the UK? A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. B. It ensured Napoleon's final defeat and the stability of Europe. C. It led to the loss of the American colonies. D. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. Answer: B. It ensured Napoleon's final defeat and the stability of Europe. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 resulted in Napoleon's final defeat, which contributed to the stability of Europe and affirmed the UK's role as a dominant power. Question 22. Name the first Roman emperor to invade Britain. A. Julius Caesar. B. Augustus. C. Claudius. D. Nero. Answer: C. Claudius. Emperor Claudius initiated the Roman conquest of Britain in AD 43, marking the beginning of Roman rule. Question 23. What groundbreaking legal document did the Magna Carta inspire in the United States? A. The Declaration of Independence. B. The Constitution. C. The Bill of Rights. D. The Federalist Papers. Answer: C. The Bill of Rights. The Magna Carta influenced the development of the United States Bill of Rights, part of the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, embodying the rights and freedoms. Question 24. Who was the first British Prime Minister to serve under Queen Elizabeth II? A. Winston Churchill. B. Anthony Eden. C. Harold Macmillan. D. Clement Attlee. Answer: A. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the first Prime Minister to serve under Queen Elizabeth II, starting from her accession in 1952. Question 25. What was the primary export of Britain during the 18th century that fueled the Industrial Revolution? A. Wool. B. Tea. C. Cotton textiles. D. Coal. Answer: C. Cotton textiles. The primary export that fueled the Industrial Revolution in Britain during the 18th century was cotton textiles, which were in high demand. Question 26. Which act led to the establishment of devolved administrations in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland? A. The Devolution Act 1998. B. The Scotland Act 1998, the Government of Wales Act 1998, and the Northern Ireland Act 1998. C. The Union Act 1707. D. The British North America Act 1867. Answer. B. The Scotland Act 1998, the Government of Wales Act 1998, and the Northern Ireland Act 1998. These acts established the framework for devolution in the UK, granting powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 27. What was the original purpose of Hadrian's War? A. To mark the boundary of the Roman Empire. B. To protect Roman Britain from the Picts in Scotland. C. To serve as a trading post. D. To honour Emperor Hadrian. Answer. B. To protect Roman Britain from the Picts in Scotland. Hadrian's War was constructed to defend the northern frontier of Roman Britain from the tribes in Scotland. Question 28. Name the British naval officer who claimed victory at the Battle of Trafalgar. A. Admiral Nelson. B. Sir Francis Drake. C. Admiral Jellicoe. D. Captain Cook. Answer. A. Admiral Nelson. Admiral Horatio Nelson led the British to victory at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, securing British naval supremacy. Question 29. In which year were women first allowed to enter the House of Lords as life peers? A. 1918. B. 1958. C. 1970. D. 1982. Answer. B. 1958. The Life Peerages Act 1958 allowed for the creation of life peerages, with recipients eligible to sit in the House of Lords, enabling women to be appointed as life peers. Question 30. What major change did the Statute of Westminster 1931 signify for the British Empire? A. It granted independence to all colonies. B. It recognized the legislative independence of the Dominions. C. It established the Commonwealth of Nations. D. It dissolved the British Empire. Answer. B. It recognized the legislative independence of the Dominions. The Statute of Westminster 1931 was a pivotal law that recognized the full legislative independence of the Dominions of the British Empire. Question 31. Who was the leader of the Peasants' Revolt in 1381? A. Oliver Cromwell. B. Wat Tyler. C. John Ball. D. Richard II. Answer. B. Wat Tyler. Wat Tyler is best known as the leader of the Peasants' Revolt in 1381, which was a major uprising across large parts of England. Question 32. What is the oldest surviving treaty in English history? A. The Treaty of Paris. B. The Treaty of Wedmore. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Treaty of Winchester. Answer. D. The Treaty of Winchester. The Treaty of Winchester, signed in 1153, is one of the oldest surviving treaties in English history, marking the end of the civil war between Empress Matilda and King Stephen. Question 33. Which British monarch is known for having had 6 spouses? A. Henry VIII. B. Edward VII. C. George IV. D. Henry V. Answer. A. Henry VIII. King Henry VIII is famous for having had 6 wives over the course of his reign. Question 34. What invention by James Watt revolutionized the Industrial Revolution? A. The steam engine. B. The spinning jenny. C. The power loom. D. The cotton gin. Answer: A. The steam engine. James Watt's improvements to the steam engine in the late 18th century revolutionized the Industrial Revolution by providing an efficient source of power. Question 35. Who was the first woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences? A. Marie Curie. B. Dorothy Hodgkin. C. Rosalind Franklin. D. Ada Lovelace. Answer: A. Marie Curie. Marie Curie was the first woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize in both physics, 1903, and chemistry, 1911. Question 36. What is the significance of the gunpowder plot in British history? A. It marked the beginning of the English Civil War. B. It was a failed assassination attempt against King James I. C. It led to the establishment of the Church of England. D. It resulted in the Magna Carta being signed. Answer: B. It was a failed assassination attempt against King James I. The gunpowder plot of 1605 was a failed attempt by a group of English Catholics to assassinate King James I and blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 37. Which act formalized the union between England and Wales? A. The Acts of Union 1536 and 1543. B. The Magna Carta 1215. C. The Bill of Rights 1689. D. The Act of Settlement 1701. Answer: A. The Acts of Union 1536 and 1543. These acts formalized the administrative and legal union of England and Wales. Question 38. Who was the first British monarch of the House of Windsor? A. Edward VII. B. George V. C. Elizabeth II. D. Victoria. Answer: B. George V. George V was the first British monarch of the House of Windsor, a name adopted in 1917 during World War I due to anti-German sentiment. Question 39. What pivotal role did Britain play in the formation of Israel? A. It led the military campaign that established Israel. B. It mediated peace talks that resulted in Israel's creation. C. The Balfour Declaration supported the idea of a Jewish homeland. D. It provided financial support for the construction of Israeli infrastructure. Answer: C. The Balfour Declaration supported the idea of a Jewish homeland. Issued in 1917, the Balfour Declaration by the British government supported the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Question 40. During which year did the Great Fire of London take place, and what were its consequences? A. 1566, led to the Renaissance in England. B. 1666, resulted in the reconstruction of London. C. 1766, initiated the Industrial Revolution. D. 1866, caused the expansion of the British Empire. Answer: B. 1666, resulted in the reconstruction of London. The Great Fire of London in 1666 destroyed much of the medieval city, leading to its subsequent reconstruction with improved building methods and urban planning. Question 41. What British legal case in 1772 influenced the abolition movement? A. The Zong Massacre Trial. B. The Somerset Case. C. The Mansfield Case. D. The Scottsboro Boys case. Answer B. The Somerset case. The Somerset case in 1772 was a landmark judgment in England that helped to set the stage for the abolition movement by ruling that slavery was unsupported by English common law. Question 42. Who was known as the Iron Duke and why? A. Duke of Wellington, for his leadership during the Napoleonic Wars. B. Duke of Marlborough, for his rigid military discipline. C. Duke of Norfolk, for his strong political stances. D. Duke of Edinburgh, for his contributions to British steel industry. Answer A. Duke of Wellington, for his leadership during the Napoleonic Wars. Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington, earned the nickname Iron Duke for his successful military leadership against Napoleon and for being an influential British Prime Minister. Question 43. Which British monarch established the Church of England? A. Henry V. B. Henry VIII. C. Elizabeth I. D. James I. Answer B. Henry VIII. Henry VIII established the Church of England in 1534 after his split from the Catholic Church, primarily to secure a divorce from Catherine of Aragon. Question 44. Name the agreement that granted Scotland a devolved parliament in 1998. A. The Scotland Act. B. The Edinburgh Agreement. C. The Treaty of Union. D. The Scottish Independence Referendum Act. Answer A. The Scotland Act. The Scotland Act of 1998 established the Scottish Parliament, granting Scotland devolved powers in certain areas of governance. Question 45. What was the purpose of the Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601? A. To establish a national church. B. To fund explorations to the New World. C. To provide assistance to the poor and needy. D. To reinforce the monarchy's power. Answer C. To provide assistance to the poor and needy. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 established a system for providing help to the poor and needy, which included the creation of workhouses. Question 46. Who founded the British Museum, and in what year was it established? A. Sir Hans Sloane, 1753. B. Henry VIII, 1543. C. Queen Victoria, 1837. D. Charles II, 1660. Answer A. Sir Hans Sloane, 1753. Sir Hans Sloane's bequest of his collections to the nation led to the establishment of the British Museum in 1753. Question 47. What was the primary cause of the English Civil War? A. Religious differences between Catholics and Protestants. B. Disputes over land ownership and feudal rights. C. Conflicts between the monarchy and Parliament over governance. D. Economic tensions between the agricultural and industrial sectors. Answer C. Conflicts between the monarchy and Parliament over governance. The primary cause of the English Civil War was the conflict between the monarchy and Parliament over the rights of governance and the extent of the King's authority. Question 48. In what year did the United Kingdom officially join the European Economic Community? A. 1957. B. 1963. C. 1973. D. 1986. Answer C. 1973. The United Kingdom officially joined the European Economic Community, EC, now the European Union, EU, in 1973. Question 49. Who was the architect behind the design of the current Houses of Parliament? A. Inigo Jones. B. Sir Christopher Wren. C. Charles Barry and Augustus Pugin. D. John Nash. Answer: C. Charles Barry and Augustus Pugin. Sir Charles Barry and Augustus Pugin were the architects responsible for the Gothic revival design of the current Houses of Parliament in the mid-19th century. Question 50. What was the Beveridge Report, and how did it influence British society? A. A financial plan to reduce national debt post-World War II, leading to economic stability. B. A document outlining the foundations of the welfare state, leading to the establishment of the NHS and social insurance. C. A military strategy report for the Cold War, leading to NATO membership. D. An educational reform proposal, leading to the modern UK education system. Answer: B. A document outlining the foundations of the welfare state, leading to the establishment of the NHS and social insurance. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, outlined proposals for a new social insurance system and the foundations of what would become the welfare state, including the NHS. Question 51. Name the British scientist who discovered penicillin and state its impact on medicine. A. Isaac Newton, revolutionized physics. B. Alexander Fleming, introduced antibiotics, significantly reducing deaths from bacterial infections. C. Charles Darwin, introduced the theory of evolution. D. Michael Faraday, contributed to electromagnetism and electrochemistry. Answer: B. Alexander Fleming, introduced antibiotics, significantly reducing deaths from bacterial infections. Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin in 1928 revolutionized medicine by introducing the era of antibiotics. Question 52. What historical significance does the year 1066 hold for England? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Norman conquest of England. C. The establishment of the Church of England. D. The beginning of the 100 Years' War. Answer: B. The Norman conquest of England. The year 1066 is significant for the Norman conquest of England, marked by the Battle of Hastings, where William the Conqueror defeated King Harold II. Question 53. Who led the British government during the Falklands War? A. Winston Churchill. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Tony Blair. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister who led the British government during the Falklands War in 1982. Question 54. Name the Viking leader who became the first Danish king of England. A. Leif Erikson. B. Sweyn Forkbeard. C. Harald Hardrada. D. Canute the Great. Answer: D. Canute the Great. Canute the Great became King of England in 1016, marking the start of Danish rule over England. Question 55. What is the significance of the Battle of Agincourt in English history? A. It was a decisive victory in the 100 Years' War, showcasing the effectiveness of the English longbow. B. It marked the end of Viking invasions in England. C. It was the final battle that concluded the Wars of the Roses. D. It led to the signing of the Magna Carta. Answer: A. It was a decisive victory in the 100 Years' War, showcasing the effectiveness of the English longbow. The Battle of Agincourt in 1415 was a major English victory against a numerically superior French army.